So I was going to do a walk. It's time. It's monthly. It's been a month. Somebody won't come out of our doghouse to go with me. You sleepy, May May? Okay. It's a little bit later in the day, like noon. It's not first thing in the morning. Chloe coming? Chloe always goes for a walk. She doesn't come. That'll be very telling. Oh, maybe May May's coming. Coming? Yeah, there's my walk buddy. Okay. It's so hot, huh? It got hot finally. Well, hot in a relative term. Okay. So everything's greening up. As you can see, the lavender is starting to get green again. Come on, Chloe. I don't think she's gonna come either. Get nobody to be walk buddies with me. Okay. We'll do this relatively quick, as quick as I can, because I've got to go rotate some hives and split some hives. I just had to wait for it to get warm enough. I also will say, when we walk into the apiary, it should be pretty active, so we'll be walking through there quick because I don't have any stuff on. For some reason, algae has come to the little pond. The goldfish are over here, though. Let's see if you can see them. Someone around? The blue heron has also been down here. He's like, this is easy pickings. And then we have lots and lots of tadpole eggs in there. This field we usually cut. That's a solar box for that attaches to the solar panel back there that makes it so we got aeration bubbles. But anyway, we're going to try to let this field go. I'm just going to cut paths so my dad can drive around and see if we can get it to go to native weeds that aren't weeds, right? Nothing's a weed. It's all your perspective. Anyway, so we have more goldenrod for the bees. One of the things that I have to do this spring, and I started to do, but then kind of the weather is always a challenge. Oh, hello, you coming? Come on, let's go. Is we have an invasive species called autumn olive, which is this right here. And it has a real pretty flower on it, and it puts berries out, which are food for the birds. I mean, it does have that going for it, but it just starts taking over. Not that everything that's green in the understory here is autumn olive. There are a lot of seedlings of trees, and there's a lot of multiflora. So the woodland lot needs a little bit of attention. I'd rather it be more like that. So we have this side that needs at least the autumn olive taken out and some of the multiflora cut back. Actually, the multiflora is maddening because it'll rip my bee suit apart if I get caught in it, just by the nature of what the suit is made out of. But the rose that it has is a really great food source for the bees. So the autumn olives flower, the throat is too long, so the bees don't benefit from it. So if you don't benefit the bees, you can't have primo real estate around here. So yeah, lots to do. But we've had some success finding some morel mushrooms. We always find a few. Never had that, moment where you come across a big outcropping of them. That'd be wonderful. But nope, we had a few. My dad eats them. I don't think so. Well, I don't think. Scott doesn't like mushrooms, so he doesn't eat them, so my dad is very happy to be the only person that eats them. So in the woods, it's time for the wildflowers to bloom and other foraging type plants that one would forage for. Across the way, I don't think I can get close to any patch just on this walk, but we have ramps, wild ramps. This whole field, if you came up the other way, you would see it's loaded with violets, and we have all sorts of colors of violets, which is great. But this is the thing I'm most excited about. This is my pawpaw tree, and it's just a little bit, I guess I thought for sure it'd be today that these blossoms would open up. I was hoping. So that pawpaw tree has blossoms, and we're still keeping this up as ragtag as it looks, just so the deer don't become chew happy. This tree here has none, no blossoms. And I've got to read up. I don't know if that means it's a male tree or it just isn't ready to blossom yet. But this one also has blossoms that are going to open. So we might, if they get pollinated properly, have pawpaws this year. The other ones down here are too small still. Well, I think we walk this way. Come on. As you can see the violets. All kinds of violets. We'll see if we can find some different colors here. This is a tree that the deer bit down, and then we cut it back, and you can see the leaves are starting to come out. So it's not dead, but it is behind because they were the size of the ones with flowers. So the deer are a bunch of jerks. Looking across this way, I don't think I can find it. There's ramps. Oh, I know, there's ramps around this corner. Come on, we'll go find. Okay. But everything's getting green. But here's a big batch of spring beauties. Let's go down and look at them. These these are called spring beauties. And they also are a variety of colors depending on, I think, where they grow. Maybe the acidicness of the soil determines that, but those are all flowers. Okay, so those are our darker violets. I'm coming, babe. We're coming. Ready? I know it's hot. It is. It's hot for you. You still have your winter coat. Okay. We have, and maybe we'll run into them if I don't talk too loud. We've had a herd of deer, and herd is the only word I can describe it because there's about 8 of them that like to hang out down in here, which I'm sure is also an area that would be very good for them to birth babies, because there's a lot of undergrowth. Can you see the deer path? That is not any path that we ever did. That is where they go down into the backwoods. Okay. I found some wild sweet woodruff growing on the side of the one trail coming up from the back the other day. We've never had that. And I have sweet woodruff in my herb garden, but I've never brought any back into the woods. So that was kind of exciting. Now there's some wild phlox up here. Since we had the devastating storm that came through and took down some of our bigger trees, different things are blooming in different places. We haven't really ever had phlox blooming here. But this is a purple one, and that one's a little bit lighter. See the variations of them. And some of it has to do with how old they are. And we'll go up this hill. There's one of the trees that came down. And then, of course, there's May apples, which are in here. If you go into the woods, you can come across a lot more, but I don't know if they haven't bloomed yet. But here's some yellow violets. They're sprinkled in here. These are ramps. This is like a wild onion. I'm probably not going to be able to pull it out, so I'm not going to bother. Those are all ramps in here. Some more phlox, some more spring beauties. Do you see it? Morel mushroom. Sitting here looking. See any more? Not at this moment. Okay. Come back to that in a moment. Okay. So, here we go into the bees. I don't think Chloe will stay with us. She will not want to walk through the bees when they're active because they think she's a bear, and why they don't swarm all over her. She has gotten stung before, mainly when they're on the ground, when it's muddy and they're taking up whatever minerals they want or whatever. They like the dandelions. Baby, you don't have to come with me anymore, okay? I have a wild apple tree out in here in the back. The bees get to enjoy those. Wildflowers. It's another big apple tree. That tree actually has great apples. And it's wild. We did not plant it. Now, she's not too worried about it, little Chloe, being in the bees just yet. Because back here, we only have 2 hives. I sold 3 hives from back here, and we are going to, one was right there, and we want to redo this hive stand because it's not the best. But anyway, they are busy, and Chloe's going to go wide. Me too, because I don't have my bee stuff on. We are, Chloe, what are you gonna do? You gonna come? You wanna meet me back there? You okay? You okay? Why don't you go that way? You, listen. Go that way, don't come this way. All right. Okay, we'll peel off here at this side, so she doesn't have to walk through the bees, because that's just not what you do. They really, at this time of year, are more concerned about bringing in pollen and nectar to keep the hives going than they are about us. But still, we don't need to create an issue. I was just curious to see if we had a swarm at all back here. They shouldn't. I've rotated all of these. I've split a couple. I've got 3 nooks that are about ready. We'll go this way. Yeah, there you go. See? She's like, I'm not going that way, man. You're crazy. I hear them. Oh, there's a swarm that's taking place right now. I don't have my stuff on. You hear them, huh, Chloe? They're all right up here. I don't know if you can see bees flying in the air above that hive. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here because I don't need a queen to land on me because I don't have my stuff on. All right, I'll be back to get you. I don't see any other foolishness going on but that. So I will, they're coming from that hive stand. This one, no, this one. See all the bees flying above it? They're starting a swarm. And what I'll do is I'll go get a nook box. Oops, sorry, wrong way. These are the guys that are swarming. Get a nook box after it lands. I'm fortunate with everything that's low around here. They have a tendency to go low, and watch, I'm gonna say it'll be 15 feet in the air. But I'm watching to see where they're going. But I will come back, catch them, and then I'll go through those hive boxes and figure out, because a week ago there wasn't any swarm cells, there weren't any queen cups. But I'll go through and see who has that, and I'll remove all but, let's say, 2 of the queen cells that are capped, so they're the established hive, the hive that swarmed. The queen original to that hive is the one that goes with the swarm. So I need to leave a couple queen cells in there so they have the ability to requeen. And the swarm, when I catch it, is just another hive. So all right, Chloe, almost done, baby. Almost back. She smells something. She's been known to scare up a turkey nest, or a turkey from its nest. She's got a really good sniffer. All right, so things are green, things are blooming, bees are buzzing. Sue has to go put on gear and get to work. So this is our April edition of taking a walk around the farm. See you, Chloe. Say bye. You thirsty? You want to get something to drink? No? Okay. All right. Till next month.